So how does the PPP and EIDL, how are they different? So how do they compare? So there are two separate programs, and the benefits of each depend on your business and situation. PPP allows businesses to borrow up to $10 million in loan that are 100% forgivable if they do not lay off any employee or if they rehire employees they've already laid off. The EIDL allows businesses to borrow up to $2 million in loan, and it includes a grant of up to 10K. So you see the difference? So the EIDL is actually a loan of up to 2 million, but 10K out of it is a grant. So it's actually a loan you will pay back. But the first 10K you won't pay back. But if all you're asking is just the 10K, well, then that's your grant right there. But if you're getting, let's say, $1 million from the EIDL, then the 10K, which they will send you right away, that one you don't have to pay back, but the other remaining amounts you have to pay back. And I think the interest rate is about 3-point-something%. But the PPP, on the other hand, is 100% forgivable, and you can borrow up to $10 million. So you have to look at your own situation to know which one is the best for you. All right? Okay, so that's the end of the first session. Remember, I'm covering the PPP faith-based FAQ, which we just did. So coming next is going to be I'm going to be covering corporate grant, health grant. I'm going to be covering some New York response funds, private foundations, artists. So if you're an artist, you're a singer, you can't sing anywhere right now, you know. By the way, if you're a preacher who preaches everywhere, right, and now you can't preach, and you have lost income, this PPP is for you too. That's your income you have lost, so you need to be applying too, right? So you need to figure, okay, how much do I typically make when I go and speak all over the place? So all that should be included in what you're applying for right now. Then I'm also going to be covering some community foundation, national community foundation. So I have all the lists for all the different states in America. I have them. Now, before, I want us to take like 1 or 2 minutes break. I know I've been talking for almost an hour, so we'll take a 1 or 2 minutes break. But before the break, I want to let you know about a program that I have, the High Flyer Mentoring. This is a monthly coaching with me, and this platform is through the Patreon. If you go to www.highflyermentoring.com, you can actually sign up for it. For those of you on the website, there's a link right there. Click on it. You go to the High Flyer Mentoring website, and you can sign up. When you sign up for the High Flyer Mentoring, you get a number of videos, different teachings, seminars that I've done, starting your business, turning your invention ideas into a product, into a service. You get all kinds of stuff. But also, you get this PPP thing I just shared with you, the relief funds. You get everything I'm talking about today. Everything. They're all uploaded for you there. Now, can you go and search all the things I'm talking about yourself? Yes. They are not all in the same place though, but you can search them. You can go online and start searching. But for those of you who say, you know what, if you've done the job for us, I want to go straight to where it is. I want to click right there. I don't want to go through all that because that's a lot of work. I suggest you join my Patreon and you have access to everything that I'm sharing and the ones I cannot share because it's too much. It's a whole bunch of. One of the presentations I'm doing is 19 pages alone, right? And we've not gotten to that. So obviously I can't cover it all. I'll just touch on one or two here and there. I hope what I've shared so far has been helpful. Let's take 1 minute break. I'll be right back and we'll continue. Share this with all your friends right now. and share the link on the website, share the link on the Facebook. I will also look through your Facebook comments if there are any questions that are there of something I have not covered. I will also cover that. Now, let me quickly also say this. In regards to grants, of course, we're talking about this COVID grants and what the provisions for COVID right now. However, this grant opportunity workshop is something I started having this year, and we've had about 3 of them, and several pastors, bishops, and business owners have come to these seminars where I teach people how to access over 165,000 grants from private foundations, non-governmental grants that are available. I teach everything about how you can access grants, proposal writing, what you need to put in your proposal, all that kind of stuff. So outside of this COVID now, COVID is just right now, but outside of this, there are grants available for your organizations. I sit as a board of an organization, the vice chair of the board, and we got over $1 million. We got $1 million, and we've got so many grants, right? Over the years, we just always getting grants. So you too can be getting grants for your church, for your business, for your organization, for whatever you're doing. Maybe you have a dream to open a program to help young people, to help women, to help men. Do you know you can actually get thousands of grants, right? Thousands of dollars, 100,000, 500,000, $1 million. You can get grants for all those things. Those things I teach. Again, if you join Patreon, my Patreon through the High Flyer Mentoring, you can have access to all those information. All right, 1 minute, I'll be back, and we'll continue. All right, I'm back. I want to encourage you to share this broadcast broadcast right now. For those of you who are watching online, please share the link to your friends. And for those of you who are watching on Facebook, please share this on your page right now. This is information that we need. If you're just joining me, I just finished talking about the Paycheck Protection Program. And this Paycheck Protection Program is available for everyone who is in business, in ministry, those who have self-employed, independent contractors. So it's available for those of you who have your little business, big business, ministry. It's available for all of you. And you have lost income, the income that you usually will make. You have lost it because of the COVID-19, so you need to apply for the Paycheck Protection Program. It covers payroll, and you are the first person on your payroll, right? So, and then if you have other employees, it also covers your employees as well. So you can apply for that through your lender, existing SBA lenders. Now, I know for Bank of America, I have an account with them, so I applied for mine through them. So for the PPP, you don't apply for the PPP directly with the SBA.gov. You don't apply with them. You apply through an existing lender. So there are several banks that are SBA existing lenders, and you apply through those banks. If you already have a business relationship with a bank, I definitely suggest that you contact that bank. So if you're a church, for example, and you are banking with any bank, go to the bank and let them know you want to apply. More than likely, you don't need to physically go there. Just go to their website and you should find a link. If your bank is an existing SBA lender, there will be a link already on there. There will be a link already on their website, and you can just go ahead and apply. In my case, when I applied with Bank of America, once I logged into the system, so they recognized me as a customer right away and recognized my business, and I was able to just go ahead and apply. So for those of you who are churches, for those of you who are self-employed. Now, in regards to, somebody was asking a question about the artist, right? How do you spell the website? Now, I'm not sure which website you're talking about. If it is SBA, it's sba.gov. If it is the High Flyer Mentoring, let me just type it in. High Flyer Mentoring.com. All right. So highflymentoring.com, you can go to that website and you can subscribe to be part of my Patreon monthly coaching. Now, the way that works is that as of right now, everything I'm talking about and the ones I won't get to talk about, they're all loaded there. So if you're part of it, you have access to it. You have access to videos of teachings outside of what we're talking about right now as well. How to turn your invention ideas into a business, how to do many things. They're all available on that platform. And every month, you're getting more teachings and more teachings and more teachings and more teachings. So it's something you definitely want to be a part of. I encourage you to join that. It will really, really help you a lot. All right, but like I was saying, for those of you who might have missed what I said earlier, go ahead and apply for the PPP. It's for churches. Now, if you're an artist, that's for you too. That's for you too, because you've lost some income, right? And you're an independent, person, sole proprietorship, who cannot do gigs anymore and all that stuff. That's for you too. Now, there is another separate one for artists that I'm going to talk about. There's a whole bunch of them for artists. So just stay tuned and I'll get to you. You may want to get a coffee and stuff like that. All right, so let me quickly mention about some funds that some corporate organizations right now that have some funds available. I'll just mention their names, maybe mention the amounts they have committed to this. You can Google them and find out what they have for you. Now, some of them are not giving money to the masses. Some of them, the money they're giving out is to a particular group or to a particular, organization or whatever. And some of them are actually giving money to individuals. But I just want to run through some of their names. These are corporate COVID grants, right? So there's a company by the name of Mars, M-A-R-S, Mars. They committed 20 million to communities in COVID-19 response. So any community where there's COVID-19, they've committed 20 million. So you may want to check them out. There's also Blackstone. They are contributing 15 million to COVID-19 relief efforts in New York. So check them out, see if there's anything you could get from them too, right? So what we're doing with this workshop is to tell you all the things that's available right there out there that you can tap into. So even though we've talked about the paycheck protection program, don't limit yourself to that. Anything else that is out there for you, go for it. This is your opportunity. I believe that for some of you, by the time this is all over, the cash that's going to come into your hands, you're going to be able to start something that you really wanted to start. Because think about it. Yes, you've lost income. But if you've been making income on a weekly basis, as some of you usually would do it, that income you would have spent doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. But by the time you apply for this and they give you income for 2 months in one shot, you have a lump sum. And you can now decide that this lump sum, of course, all the money I've not been able to make, this lump sum, which is your payroll, and then of course your rent will be covered and other stuff that you can show is, connected to your business. The lump sum that you have, you can decide to go use that to start a business or do something, your own income. You can use that to do something now. So it's like, lump sum that you can use to do stuff. So really, if you look at this very well, you realize that, God has a way of turning what was meant to harm you into becoming a blessing for you, right? So apply for everything that is out there right now. All right, so Mars, Blackstone, then there's another company called Chubb, C-H-U-B-B, C-H-U-B as in boy, C-H-U-B-B. They committed $10 million to the pandemic relief efforts. Then there's American Family Insurance. They pledged some support as well. The Right Aid Foundation, they donated $5 million to address COVID-19 pandemic issues. So I'm mentioning all those things so that you can look into them, right? And see what they're offering you. So these are the corporate grants right now. Then there is the All-State Foundation. All-State Foundation, they contributed $5 million to help domestic violence victims and youth in need. Now this is interesting because for the All-State, they realized that because of this COVID-19, some people have forced to have to live together. There are people in households where they are forced to have to live together. Maybe a woman is forced to have to live with an abusive husband or boyfriend or whatever the case. And so they are saying, okay, we will help to contribute $5 million to help domestic violence victims. So if you're going through some domestic violence as a result of having to live with someone that ordinarily you don't want to live with, maybe you've been trying to leave them and trying to find your own apartment, but COVID has stopped you and you can't even leave right now. You are forced to live with an abuser. So while you are going through that abuse, there is help for you. So $5 million, has been contributed by All-State Foundation. So if that applies to you, go check All-State Foundation out and apply to what they are offering. Amazon is donating 8,200 laptops to some public schools. Well, this one is for Seattle public schools, but check Amazon out and see what they are doing maybe in your city for COVID-19. Then there is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. They have committed $2 million to the COVID-19 community relief. If you're in the Massachusetts area, check them out. Then there is Morgan Stanley. They announced grant to the Child Mind Institute to support children's mental health during the COVID-19. So if that applies to you, if you are dealing with, children that are having difficulty with their mental health, you may want to check out Morgan Stanley to see what they can do for you. There is also National Emergency Declaration. Skip that. Netflix launches $100 million creative industry. $100 million creative industry COVID-19 relief fund. So if you're in the creative industry and you are in a location where Netflix have an office or anything like that, then reach out to Netflix. Go to their website, see what they are doing. So if you're an artist, you edit movies or whatever, any creative stuff that you do. And if Netflix has an office in your community or in your state, in your city, so anywhere Netflix has their presence and you are a creative person, you live there, you can apply for some relief from them. And they have committed $100 million. So check Netflix out. Then Sony, of course, we all know Sony. Sony establishes $100 million COVID-19 Global Relief Fund. So check Sony out, see what they have going on. By the way, all these things I'm mentioning and the ones I will not get to mention, they are all in my High Flyer mentoring. So if you join my High Flyer mentoring today, all these are all there for you. You can download everything. You can download every single thing. But apart from that, I have videos upon videos, teaching you all kinds of stuff, coaching you in business. By the way, this is a great time to start your own business. It's a great time to start to put the plan together, a great time to put your business plan together, great time to be educated on the business you want to start. Some of you, because of this COVID-19, you've been able to actually sit down and really think about your passion and what you really want to do with your life. Because you've always been busy before now. And now, because of COVID-19, you are home, you're able to really think. So now that you've gotten some ideas on what you want to do, let me coach you in the process. And when you join the iFlyer mentoring, there's videos upon videos upon videos that you'll be able to watch where I'm teaching you what to do. Now, if you've ever been to any of my seminars, you know what it's like. You know it's awesome. So definitely I want to encourage you all to be a part of that and join my High Flyer mentoring. Go to highflyermentoring.com for that. All right, that was Sony. Then there's Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder company contributes to the COVID-19 relief efforts as well. So check their website out. Starbucks Foundation, they are donating $3 million to the global COVID-19 relief. So check out their website, see what you can tap into there. First Midwest commits $2.5 million in community support. So check them out as well. First Horizon Foundation, they're donating $2.5 million to support COVID-19 relief efforts. So check them out. And NRG Energy Inc. pledged $2 million to COVID-19 relief efforts. So check them out as well. I'll stop there with the corporate grants. I just cannot possibly cover everything. It's already 124. All right. There's also some health funding that's available out there. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they've launched their own and, contributing some stuff. If you are in the health field, if you are doing anything in regards to health, various organizations are helping out with that. New York Academy of Sciences, they're also helping in the cause. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they're helping in the cause. I will stop there. I just don't have the time to read everything. If you join the High Flyer Mentoring, you can have access to everything. All right, let's see. What's the next thing I want to deal with? Let me quickly run through the New York Response Fund. The New York Response Fund. So for those of you in New York, here are some programs for you. There's the Brooklyn COVID-19 Response Fund, right? And the funder for this is the Brooklyn Community Foundation. So check them out. They're providing resources right now, and they're providing help. So the Brooklyn Community Foundation. So then there's also the Capital Region Community COVID-19 Response Fund. And the funder for that is the Community Foundation for the Greater Capital Region. And this one is serving Albany County, New York County, Saratoga County, Schenectady County, and I mentioned New York already. So check them out, Community Foundation for the Greater Capital Region. That's the funder. The Brooklyn Community Foundation I mentioned earlier, also they're serving Brooklyn. Then there's another one here, Community Support Fund for COVID-19. The funder is Northern New York Community Foundation, Inc. And they're serving Jefferson County, Lewis County, St. Lawrence County, all in New York. Now, for all of this, if you join the High Flyer Mentoring, like I said, they're all uploaded, so you just have access to all of them, and they link, direct link. So, you don't have to do all the work. I've done it for you. So just go there, click, and you are right there. All right. Another one is the Central New York Community Foundation. These ones, they are serving the area of, how do I pronounce this? Onondaga County, New York. Central New York Community Foundation, Inc. So you can check them out. Another one here in New York, Community Foundation of Tompkins County. And they are serving Tompkins County, New York. Now, these are what they call the response funds. So, and these are the ones in New York. Unfortunately, I don't know where everybody is. So, since I live in New York, I just wanted to mention a few from New York. Then there's another one, COVID-19 Special and Urgent Needs Fund, and that is funded by Adirondack Foundation. Adirondack Foundation, they're serving the New York area. Then there's another one called the North Star Fund, and they're serving Albany County, Columbia County, Dutchess County, Greene County, New York City, Orange County, Putnam County, Rockland County, Sullivan County, Ulster County, Westchester County. So North Star Fund. So as I mentioned in the names, you can Google them. If you don't want to go through all that trouble, I've done all the work for you. Join my Patreon by going to High Flyer Mentoring, and everything, literally everything is there for you, including videos and all that kind of stuff. All right. Then there's the New York Community Trust. So they also have the Response and Impact Fund, and they are serving New York City. So check them out as well. Then there's Robin Hood Relief Fund. You can check them out. They're serving New York City. Then there's the Community Foundation of Orange County. They're serving the Orange County, New York, and Sullivan County, New York area. Then there is the Community Foundation for South Central New York. They're serving the Broome County New York area. I'm going to stop there so that the rest of the world don't get jealous of New York. So, but all the rest is in that platform that I'm encouraging you to be a part of. All right, so that's the New York Response Fund. I want to go now to some private foundation. I want to mention some private foundation that you can also check out, right? There's the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. They have announced grants totaling $50 million to provide short-term relief to organizations assisting families and communities feeling the greatest strain as a result of the COVID-19 public health emergency. So if right now, if you have an organization and you are helping families and you're helping your community, you can apply to the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. So there are 50 million. Now, when it comes to some of these private foundations, because this one is different from the PPP program, the paycheck protection, loan and all that stuff. Grants usually are free money, so you don't pay grants back. So loan is different from grants. The one the federal government is providing you, although they are forgivable loans, but they are still called loans. This one I'm talking about now is grants. Grants, you don't pay them back. I've been having grant opportunity workshops since January of this year, and we've broken it down. So, and they are all available. Again, high flyer mentoring, you can get videos of stuff, and you really learn a whole lot. So the grant opportunity workshop, I talk about everything about grants and how to apply for them, what they look for, what to ask for, what to put in your proposal, how to put a proposal together. All that, they are available through my high flyer mentoring. So if you're really serious about this thing, go and be a part of that. Because now we're talking about private foundations now. They have their way, the way that you put proposals together. You can't just write something and say, I'm suffering right now, please. We are talking about private foundations. There's a way you put your proposal together. All that you can get to learn, by going and joining the iFly mentoring, and you have access to all that information. All right, so that's the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. Then there is also the Intel. Intel, of course, they make computers, and Intel, they have committed 50 million. So the Robert Wood committed 50 million, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation 50 million, Intel committed $50 million also with the Pandemic Response Technology Initiative. So then there's also a guy, the CEO of Twitter, and Square. He has committed $1 billion, which is 28% of his total wealth, to charity, with an initial focus on the global COVID-19 relief efforts. So now his name is Jack Dorsey, Dorsey, So you can Google him and check him out. His charity foundation or charity fund is called Start Small LLC. Start Small LLC. So he has committed $1 billion to give away, and the initial focus is going to be this COVID-19 situation, right? And after that, because of course the entire $1 billion is not for COVID-19, so part of that $1 billion will be designated towards COVID-19, but after that will be money for different things. Now, I cannot teach you about grants here because I have a seminar that I do that people attend, and I teach about grants, what to include in your proposal, what they look for, how to structure yourself, all that stuff. So I can't possibly be teaching you that here. People pay for that. So, but you can get access to that by joining High Flyer Mentoring. So if you have If you are watching me online right now, the link is right there. Just click on it. And if you are watching me on Facebook, just type in High Flyer Mentoring. High, H-I-G-H, Flyer, F-L-Y-E-R, mentoring.com. And you will to be a part of that. I definitely highly encourage you to be a part of that because there's just so much information. And if there's any time to be educated, if there's any time to learn a lot, it is now. Because once this pandemic thing is over and we are back to our regular routine, you know how busy we get. So right now is the time, those of you who want to start your own business, start doing the research now. Start learning now. Start learning everything. Get all the coaching you need now. Get all the training you need now. So that by the time this thing is over, we can begin to do stuff. You're already well equipped and you'll be successful at what you're doing. So, and part of that includes getting coaching, getting mentoring, getting business coaching, media coaching, marketing coaching, all that. And I provide that. And you can get it through the High Flyer Mentoring. All right, so Jackie Dorsey pledged $1 billion. Then there's Pfizer Foundation, Pfizer, the pharmaceutical company. All right, so they've given away $1 million towards this effort. So Pfizer, you may want to check them out. And they're also putting $40 million in medical supplies and cash grants. $40 million in cash grants. So the reason why I'm talking about all these things is because you need to tap into them. You need to tap into all of them. This is your opportunity. Some of you, if you really do what you're supposed to be doing, by the time this is all over, you may have some $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 cash in your hand to do some stuff. All right? Then there's the New York Community Trust. They are actually inviting applications right now. They are saying, apply. And this one especially, they are welcoming proposals from New York City-based non-profit organization with operating budgets of less than 20 million. So if you have an operating budget of less than 20 million, they are saying, come and apply. We want to give you money. Right? So, and their grant will cover a 12-week period and expected to be between $10,000 and $250,000. New York Community Trust. They are asking for you to apply right now. They want to give anywhere between $10,000 and $250,000 to help you, if you're a non-profit, to help you with your operation costs. All right? And you can use that money to purchase equipment, to hire personnel, and whatever other needs that you have. This is serious, people. New York Community Trust. They are inviting you, requesting for your proposals right now. Now, if you're listening to me and you're saying, but I don't know how to put a proposal together, I teach that. And if you join the High Flyer Mentoring, you have access to the video. You will have access to the video, how to put your proposal together. You don't just write just anything and send it to these foundations and expect that they will give you money. It doesn't work that way. There is a process. There's a way you put your proposals together. And all that is available through the High Flyer Mentoring. And if you join the High Flyer Mentoring, you will have access to my training on these things so that you can have access to this money. So New York Community Trust, they are giving away as a grant. It's not a loan now. We opened up talking about the Paycheck Protection Program, which is a loan. This one is not a loan, although it's a forgivable loan, but it's still a loan. This one is not a loan. This is a grant. And you apply for this. And they're asking you, the deadline is May 30, 2020. So by May 30, 2020, you should have applied. And they will give you anywhere between $10,000 and $250,000. Now, I love what somebody said. He said, I claim my portion in Jesus' name. Now, after you've claimed it in Jesus' name, go and apply. It's extremely important because the only way you get these things is that you apply. But please, 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 if you've never put a proposal together before, don't just write just anything and expect that it will give you money. Go to the High Flyer Mentoring, sign up, get access to my trainings on grants, how to apply to them, and how to put a proposal together. Get access to that so that you can put it together properly, because they reject applications like that easily. They reject proposals, like that, because many people don't know what they're doing. They just think it's a letter. It's not a letter. It's a proposal that has to have certain information in it. So if you're going to get this money from New York Community Trust, for example, $10,000 to $250,000, if you're going to get it, you got to put your proposal together properly. So don't be cheap. And then you are being denied everywhere. Do what you're supposed to do. Get the information. Learn to do things the right way so that you too can get that money. I sit on a board, the vice chair of a board of an organization, and we get money all the time. The most recent money we got was right before this COVID thing started. We got $100,000. Over a year ago, we got $1 million. We're always getting money because we know how to apply for it, right? So, and I've taught you how to apply for it, but it's on my Patreon. Those who attended my previous grant opportunity seminars, they learn all that. I'm not teaching that here. This is a free workshop, so I'm only teaching you what's available so that you know. But as far as like what to do, how to put your proposal together and stuff like that, I'm not giving away that free. So join my High Fly Mentoring and you have access to all of them. All right, let me mention a few more foundations. There is Kimberly Clark Foundation. They have $5 million that they're giving away. Kimberly Clark Foundation. Then there's Horizon Foundation. Then there's Walmart Foundation. There's Legacy in Action Foundation. And even AARP is accepting proposals for grants that will support projects to advance economic opportunity among low-income older adults. Wow. The application for AARP is due on April 22nd, and they're giving grants up to $150,000 per year. So you can check them out. And then also Facebook Journalism Project. They also have some grants. So check that out on Facebook Journalism Project. They also have some grants. I don't have the time to tell you everything that I have on this list, but if you join my High Fly Mentoring, you have access to everything. Everything is there. All right, let's go on now and deal with the artists. If you're an artist, if you know any artists, tag them right now so that they can learn a thing or two that can help them. So you're an artist, you're a singer, you sing, you dance, whatever, anything you do as an artist, right? All disciplines. You draw, as long as you're an artist, this is for you right now. So tag all your artist friends and let them know what's about to come their way. So now, all this that I will mention, for those of you who join the High Fly Mentoring, the links are there directly. They are there. All you have to do is just click, boom, takes you to where each one of these funds are. But I'll read a few of them to you. So there's the COVID-19 Freelance Artist Resource. COVID-19 Freelance Artist Resource. So this is an aggregated list of free resources, opportunities, and financial release options available to artists of all disciplines. So definitely you want to check that out. COVID-19 Freelance Artists Resource. Then there's the Creative Capital Art Resource, right? Now, if you were on my Patreon, which you join through the highflyermentoring.com website. All those things I'm mentioning, the links are there. You just click on it and you are right there. So the Creative Capital Arts resource is another one you also want to check out. Then there's New York Foundation for the Arts. They have emergency grants for artists in multiple disciplines and geographical regions. So if you're an artist under the sound of my voice, you sing, you dance, you whatever, anything you do as an artist, right? This right here are resources for you. New York Foundations for the Arts. Then also there's dramatists. How do you pronounce this word? Guild, I guess. Yes, Guild. Dramatists Guild Foundation Emergency Grants. Dramatists Guild Foundation Emergency Grants. Right? They provide emergency financial assistance to individual playwrights, composers, lyricists, and book writers in dire need of funds due to severe hardship or unexpected illness because of this COVID-19 stuff. So are you hearing me? If you're a composer, if you're a playwright, if you're a book writer, right, and you have lost, income, there's the Dramatist Guild Foundation Emergency Grants. It's available. So Google them, and if that applies to you, go and apply. If you're part of my High Flyer mentoring, you just click on the link and it takes you there. All right, then there is the Artist Relief Tree. Artist Relief Tree. It's a crowdfunding campaign that allows artists to request funds. So if you're an artist, you can also connect with the Artist Relief Tree. Then there is also Americans for the Arts, Coronavirus Resource and Response Center. Americans for the Arts, Coronavirus Resource and Response Center. Then there is Boston Artist Relief Funds. This is in Boston, Massachusetts, and just one second here. So the Boston Artist Relief Funds, they are giving grants $500 and $1,000 to individual artists who live in Boston and they've been affected by the COVID-19, right? Then there's another one called Taking Care COVID-19 Emergency Relief Funds. And this is a grant for people in the Washington area. Just so many of them. All right. I cannot possibly read all of this, so I'm going to skip a bunch of them. But let me mention two critical ones here. So go to artistrelief.org, right? Artistrelief.org. There's $10 million funds that's